Hi guys, welcome back and welcome if you're new. If you want to see what planners and journals I'm taking into 2023, including 2 new ones I just added, stay tuned. First things first, this video is in collaboration with Tiffany's Plans here on YouTube, so I need you guys to go over to her video when you're done watching mine and show her some love. So in 2022, I used 3 planners, my A5 rings, my A6 rings, and my Hobonichi weeks. And in 2023, I'll be using 5, and I've switched up a few things. So let me start with the A5. So this planner is a cream crock Moterm planner, and it has everything work related in it. So if you don't know, I teach English as a second language, only adults. And a few years ago, I left the school that I was at and I decided to go off on my own. And a little over a year later, the pandemic hit. So I had to pivot to online classes. And even though we don't have any restrictions at the moment, I still continue to do classes online. So because of that, this planner never leaves the house. It's always on my desk in front of my laptop. So this year, I'm using freebies from Peanuts Planner Co. for the monthlies. For my weeklies and dailies, I'm using the same inserts from Melrose Notes. And I love her paper because it's buttery smooth. Yeah. Aside from work, I also had a social media section in here that I've since moved to my A6 rings. And in its place, I am now adding a home maintenance section, if you will. Right, so these inserts are from a shop on Etsy called Pretty Simple Pages. Right, I also have goals in here as well as anything related to the TTPA or the Trinidad and Tobago Planner Addicts. So as the founder, I have to organize meetups and any other events, so all of that goes in here. And if I'm being honest, this planner doesn't really get much love with regards to deco, but I'm hoping to do better in 2023. And I've already added a couple new dashboards from Ardnas Stationery, and I have a code for her that I will link below. So this is my A6 and my baby. It's a custom Van de Spec in undyed leather. And I want to call this my everyday carry, except I'm in the house 90% of the time. But anyway, this planner is an extension of my brain. So in here I have 6 sections. So the inbox section, schedule, personal. Previously I had self-care. I also have lists and notes. So I do my brain dumps in here. I have all my appointments, bills, purchase trackers, etc. The personal section, that is for my boys, and that's where I keep track of their school activities for the term, assignments, extracurricular, doctor's visits. And as I was saying before, I added my social media section to this planner in place of the self-care section. So I'm not done setting it up. I'm still waiting on new dividers, and I want to add some bookmarks and cards to the pockets to make it cute. So for 2023, I'm trying out some new weeklies from the Tua Notes. Right, I also have some inserts from Haru Plans and Plan with B, and I really want to be more consistent with my YouTube posts in 2023 as I try to grow the channel. So I promise I'll do a flip in the new year when it's all set up and ready to go. So let's take a look at my 2022 Hobonichi weeks. So this was my first time using the weeks. I'd used a cousin in 2019 and I really enjoyed it, but I knew I couldn't plan in this shape. right? I'm not a fan of the shape. I need my planners to be more square. So I decided to use this as my journal. And I'm proud to say I only missed one day in all of 2022. And there's never any pressure to journal, it just became a habit. So I also used this planner to delve into my word for 2022, which was healing. I used the note pages at the back to stick ephemera and pictures and to do pen swatches and washi swatches. So my biggest problem with this was the lack of space. Sometimes it felt like I was memory keeping because I didn't have much space to go really, really deep. So occasionally I'd use the pages on the right hand side of the weeks for that purpose. I don't use a lot of color or stickers in my ring planners, as you know, but in this one I gave myself permission to do whatever. And of course I never shared any flips of this, but I did post a few before the pen spreads throughout the year. So let's look at my Hobonichi weeks for 2023. So previously I mentioned moving the self-care section from my rings. So this is basically for all things health and wellness and self-care. So it's in the plastic cover on cover, and I have a Tua Notes Christmas design paper in it that I'll switch out soon. So I'm waiting on a week's cover from Motin, and it's supposed to ship in January. In here I have a tip-in from Veea Creations, another tip-in from Veea Creations that I really like. In this spot I'll be tracking my steps, and above I'll be tracking my weight. And I tend to step on the scale every morning anyway, so I'll just take note of it weekly. Alright, previously I was writing one memorable thing per day in the monthlies, but from January I'll be taking note of the exercise that I do. Alright, if you've seen my previous videos, you should be familiar with this layout. So here I'm tracking gratitude, the weather, weekly affirmations, body talks, wins, my mood, sleep, headache, sinus attacks, water intake, evacuation, etc. And at the back, I'll be doing 52 lists for happiness. Right, so my word for the year, or for 2023, is hopeful. So I intend to sit with that word regularly, journal, and really try to live it in the new year. And now for the new additions. So my Hobonichi Hone is going to be used as my new journal. I really love the space that I have to write in daily. And I intend to use these monthlies to take note of one memorable thing per day. Right? So I just have some pen, paper, and plan stickers and some sterling ink stickers. And I'm really excited to set this up properly and add more deco and color. And if I miss a day, it won't be an issue. I'll just do something creative on the page that I miss. So I'm hoping to get a leather cover for this eventually, but this cover is beautiful as is, to be honest. And last but certainly not least, my most recent addition, my Hobonichi Techo Day Free in the A6 size. So this is currently housed in a Galen leather slim A6 cover, and I will be using this as a notebook for my sign language classes. I mean, why not, right? I love the feel of Tomoe River paper and how thin it is, and I've been searching YouTube looking for examples of how people use notebooks for sign language study, and I didn't find anything. There's a lot on notebooks for language learning, but not really sign language. So if you know of any YouTubers, please add them to the comments so I could check them out. And I can't wait to set this up and make it fun. And I already have some custom sign language icon stickers on the way, so I can use those on the days that I have classes. And I feel like this is just going to help motivate me and keep me studying and practicing my Trinidad Sign Language throughout the year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this techo kaigi for 2023. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out Tiffany's plans lineup. That's where I'm headed to right now. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I hope you guys have a safe, prosperous, and productive new year. Am I going to stay in these planners and journals for the upcoming year? You'll have to keep watching to find out. Happy 2023, guys. Quesitos.